Alright, so if you look over here on this access road, you can see this is all brand new here. Oh, I went too far. This is Spinnaker. Alright, so we just passed Spinnaker back there, heading into Englewood, and all these roads over here are brand new. They just paved them. Take a look at this neighborhood over here. Whoop, let me stay on the road. Okay, this is Biggs Street, B-I-G-G-S, Biggs, right there, Biggs. All right, so road subject to flooding, of course, of course. So let's see how many, all of this is brand new, just paved, every bit of this, all these roads back here, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's another one down there, but how bad could these roads have been? There's no houses here. I mean, yeah, sure, they're probably going to put some in. They got a lot of, oh, they got gopher tortoises marked out over here. So yeah, they're going to strip all this out. Somebody had a chair there. That's weird. Yeah, I think this is all gopher tortoise holes marked. So they're going to develop all of this. So they put the roads in first. The roads were not bad. This really did not need paved. There was a bunch of big trees here that got knocked over in Hurricane Ian. And you can see where it does get kind of flooded down here. This is the head of Oyster Creek right here. Dead ahead of us is a little lake here. But these are really nice roads. They were nice to begin with. Well, let me try another. Yeah, I thought I was in second. That was fourth. So here we go. So right over here is the lake. And they did a pretty nice job. There's not, they don't have reflectors here. Here, let me go here and park. Here, this is Montauk Road that I'm on. No trespassing, for sale. Down here, same thing. There's like two houses down there on this block. Hardly any traffic, but all of this got repaved. And it was only repaved like, man, it can't even be 4 or 5 years ago. So here it is, the lake, the head of Oyster Creek. Nobody really knows about it. I release turtles, rescue turtles out here. This is where I drop them off. But yeah, here's the Montauk Road. You got Tacoma Road down there. This road, the street sign's missing, but check out they did a really nice job. I mean, that's a pretty thick cap there if they just recapped this. And no, nice new road where the road wasn't even damaged. It was only about 4 or 5 years old. Nobody drives back here, no potholes, no nothing. My neighborhood on the other side of the road, about 1.5 miles down, is 8-year-old roads. We haven't had any paving over there in a long time. And our streets are really bleached. They say, oh, it's bleached out. It's asphalt's worn out. It's like, well, it's just bleached. It's Florida sun. They get bleached in about 6 months. This is already getting bleached just in the last 3 weeks since I've been here last. So they get bleached quick, but to say that we have to redo them, well, if you have to repave a road like every 3 or 4 years in Florida, guess what? You need to get a better quality asphalt. You can't keep throwing money away like this. And that's what I question about our Charlotte County government. They borrow more than they need for an entire budget, double what they intend to spend for a budget. Then the money they spend doesn't show up in the budget. Down in the column where it should be, there's nothing there. It's a blank, or $173 is there when they got $4.5 million. So the money disappears, and then, oh, we have to move money around. Well, if our district, if our 16,000 residents in this area are paying for that, that's our money. We have to pay it back, and we already paid it back with the first assessment. We paid back 3/4 of it already. So, you know, we already paid for this road. And it says that we don't have any, there's no paving going on here because we don't have any money in the budget. There's zero. There's just a blank there. Again, why do you give a budget statement, a financial document, a ledger, a spreadsheet with blank spaces and really low numbers like 20 million next to $173. That it's just, it's bizarre. It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, well, that's all I got for right now, but yes. Oh yeah, and so over here off of Wilmington, this is I forget what road this is, but the next stop sign up here is Wilmington. All these roads are repaved too, so everything's basically repaved over here this year with the blank space on the budget for it. And where they're going to put our new sidewalk in over here in Wilmington, that's all repaved too. So maybe that's where our $5 million went. It's not for the sidewalk, and I heard something the other day, it's only $370,000 for the sidewalk. But if it's not for the sidewalk, why are they borrowing $4.5 million for a $2.5 million or $2.7 million budget for the year? It's kind of, why do you borrow more than you spend? And then the stuff that you spend is not where it should be. I don't know, weird. But yeah, this is all repaved, brand new striping, sandhill crane crossing, they got nice signs. It's all done, and that's about $1 million a mile for that. So maybe probably more, a little more than $1 million. It's a fairly wide road and thick cap. So all right, I'm on Tedder Street, T-E-D-D-E-R, leaving Wilmington. All of these roads back here are paved. All this is brand new paved. Now I talked to a guy a couple blocks to the left of here where this road, where this yard sale sign is up here, and he said, yeah, all these roads are just paved over here along with Wilmington. And he said the same thing I'm saying. He said none of these roads needed to be paved. They weren't bad. I don't know why they repaved them, because they were perfectly fine. There was no potholes, no wear, no problem at all. They just came in and repaved them. Crazy. And nobody can understand why they do what they do and why they're charging us so much for it. And then I started talking to him about that budget sheet they gave us and the wacky numbers on there, and he didn't understand how bad it was. The numbers, he didn't see the sheet. Well, he didn't go to the last meeting, so I told him about it, and he was just surprised. He said, but yeah, he said he was surprised, but at the same time he was not surprised. He knows that there's massive corruption going on, and but I told him, they borrow more than they need for each of these little districts, and they're borrowing $32 million for South Gulf Cove, and it's the same thing. All of their roads are just paved. They're just like this. They're perfectly fine. They're borrowing $32 million to repave all that in the next couple of years. Why? And they've got the money to do it in their property tax money that they don't have to borrow any of it. They borrow it, and when they don't need it, and then, now where's all this money going? And we're talking like maybe $200 million. See our side of the highway over here? Look at these roads. This side, all cracked. And this is the access road, but none of the streets on this side of the highway, the south side of 776 here, are paved. Look at the cracks in these. Let me slow down. Can you see these? Look at the cracks in the road. Now, and again, this isn't really bad. There's no potholes. It's not worn. The edges aren't busted off. And this is at least 8-year-old road. But why isn't this paved? Look at you can see a crack in the road on the other side. Look at the crack over there in that road. And look how bleached these are. I mean, look at all these cracks. The roads over there that they just paved weren't nearly this bad. Not even half this bad. And they just repaved it all. Crazy. That's actually grass growing up. Here, let me go over here and show you. That's actually grass growing up through the road. There's weeds. The crack is so big. But that's how roads wear down here. They crack and they get, but it's going to take, these could probably go another 8 or 10 years before they start getting potholes. And these are probably 10-year-old roads, but we don't get paved. The other side, completely new. Us, nothing. Kind of bumpy too, not smooth like the new ones. Again, they haven't been paved in 8 or 10 years.